Welcome everybody here on Heroes. I try to come every week. Yeah, a couple things that we wanted to go over for everybody because I'm hearing a lot of this, especially the last 3 weeks, I guess, about different businesses coming up and some people getting upset saying we should be able to do what we want. Well, let's get something straight. If I ever came across like you can't do whatever you want, you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want to do. Here's where you got to be careful. When I talk about other businesses, this time of year is it's the time that starts raining shiny objects. All I ever told anybody is be careful because I'm offered all of these businesses also, whatever you're on. In fact, I join every one that pops up and go in and look at it from the inside to see what it is. Now, I've checked everyone I can think of, and there's nothing out there that everyone will win. I do want to say that, but you could do what you want. Now, I want to cover what cross recruiting is. If you go into a business, of course you can. Everybody want to take care of their family and all that. You go into a business. If you invite anybody from OnPassive and you didn't know that person before OnPassive, that's cross recruiting. It's that simple. That means that list was brought in by somebody else. So that was what you would call cross recruiting. That was against the NDA. But my main concern was I know people are desperate. I don't think it makes sense to hurt yourself more. I just went through some statistics this morning. I was wrong. It's not 98, 99%. I mean, 97, 98. It's 99% of people lose money online. 99%. 300 new MLMs every year. And I look back 50 years, and there's only 20 in 50 years that lasted. So I'm just saying, if it looks good, smells good, sounds too good, it probably is. But we definitely wanted to get across because I got some emails back. We could do yes, you could do whatever you want. Nobody's telling you that. Mine is all concern. 6 years I've been doing this. I've done everything. I've lost a lot of money. And I know something's out there. Boom. Now, the other thing I want you to be careful is if you hear a price and you're offered a guaranteed amount back, run for the hills. It doesn't work. It's not true. But I definitely want to get across that you can do what you want. You're supposed to take care of your family. I just would recommend, my opinion, is do something you can make money with. Maybe you have something, or you could do a little extra job or whatever. Of course, you got to take care of your family. Nobody's telling anybody that. Ash would never do that. Gershman will be on a little bit. He chatted with Ash yesterday, but he said that from the very beginning. That's not what the problem is. So I just want to make sure you know that. I also want to say one thing about if you find a business and you say, I'm going to put it on my timeline. Okay. If all the people you talked to on your timeline for the last year is OnPassive people, they're the only ones that's going to see it. So it's kind of cross recruiting. And people say, no, I'm only my friends and family. No, actually, through the algorithms, the only people that Facebook let see what you post are people that you've talked to recently. You might have 5,000 friends and family. They don't all see what you post. Trust me. If you want to go broad and many people, you have to pay. They make it look like you can talk to all this people. Now, if you do a direct message, then you can hit every one of your friends directly. But if you just make a post on your timeline, the only people that see it, if you're in OnPassive and as much as we communicate, they'll be the only people that see the ad. So just be careful. And Ash's main concern, he doesn't want people to get burned. That's why he's building OnPassive. And some of us, I don't know if we forget or so much time went by and We met so many people on OnPassive that we think we can do something we weren't able to do before we got here. And that's marketing. If you couldn't market before, there's a good chance you don't learn that just by time. It takes a lot of work and all that, but that's why we're all here. So just be careful. That was the main thing that I wanted to say, and all of us wanted somebody to say it. So I'm saying it's coming from all of us, not out to nail people or yell at you. It's bad times. People are getting antsy, I guess the word is. But I want to tell you one thing in closing. I talk to Ash a lot, and I have never, ever, since I've been in, seen him this excited. Just so you know, bad things happened, but knowing what it sounds like now when he talks, thank God it did, because it moved us right into something bigger and better. A new door opened, and it was boom. He's actually at the point now, for the first time in 6 years, where he's thinking of new ideas instead of micromanaging things to get done that weren't getting done anyway. Anyway, that's all I have right now. Thanks, Comfort.
Yeah, sure. Marty, unfortunately, I really want a question for a bit more clarification because you are addressing people from various backgrounds, and we want to make this as easy as possible for everyone to understand. So, I've deduced from what you have just said that cross recruiting might be hurting ethics somehow. So, what is not ethical about cross recruiting? What is it at all, and what is wrong with doing that?
For everybody that came in OnPassive for the last 6 years, we shut it down a couple of years ago. But when founders were coming in, they were brought in by somebody. They were invited by somebody. And if you go to somebody's person that they invited in, that you're crossing over that person and taking their person because you supposedly have a great idea. That's not right. I wouldn't like it, but look at me and Dan and Mike. I'm glad you asked, Comfort. We paid for our people. I did paid advertising. I worked at getting the people from all over the world. And some of those people are being directed into this new object. And they're calling, some of them call me. I can't remember everybody, personally who we brought in. And I would tell them, no, don't do it. No, don't do it. Now they're saying, well, if something comes up, can you tell me? Yeah, I'll tell you right now. OnPassive's the only thing that's going to take care of you. There is nothing else. And sometimes, and I don't want to get too much in this, sometimes somebody that is well known, especially in OnPassive, well known, automatically you think, hey, this is okay. Ash must think it's good, blah, 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 blah. It's not. Ash would never endorse anything else but this. Let's remember something. You got me going now, Comfort. Anyway, let's remember something. Before Ash got here, he was what was considered a super affiliate, which means everybody in the industry is looking for Ash Muppar. There's a handful of them in the world. Oh, get him. Why? Because he's going to blow up your business. Ash was bringing 200 people, 300 people a week, sign up and pay when there wasn't all this technology. He did it old style, but he was really, really good at it. And he did all of it. He made a lot of money, a lot of money. But then what happened? He fell into this, I can't bring anybody with me. And the other thing, he didn't have any control. There was times when you come to my living room, he can tell you personally. I'm just kidding. But there was times when he was doing businesses that he would communicate with the people running it to try to help them run better. There were times, because he was so good at it, he made more than they did. They started putting caps on everything. That's everything that you're hearing bad. He built our company so we can get rid of that. Mm-hmm. Where everybody can win. There's no There's no limit. If you talk about saturation, look it up now. What is the problem with MLM? It gets saturated. You got the same websites and thousands of people are using it. Eventually, it means nothing. You're done. The beginning does well, and as it goes down, it's even worse. He's bringing in maybe new products every month. And many of them will be unicorn companies by themselves. Imagine 10 billion-dollar companies in 1 year under the umbrella of what Mr. Mufar is making. It's massive. So when he's thinking that, and I understand, here's what bothers me. All he did, and if you don't understand, we don't know all the specifics, but we do know this. Whatever happened, ever, and the smoke cleared and the fire's going away, he walked out and his silhouette was there. He didn't go anywhere. The least I could do is be trusting and have the faith and stay with him. I'm staying with him until, if he's going to do or die, my big ass is dying too then, because I don't want to go do something else. If I had to, I would. I don't have to. And I'm in bad shape financially. Bad. But not bad enough to somebody like that's going to change my life, my grandchildren's life, maybe their children's life, so that I can go out and spin a little ball around for an hour or 2 hours. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And that's what bothers me. I'm worried about, and I'm thinking of what this guy's been through, sacrificing hours, millions, got betrayed like you wouldn't believe. It's not only he had a front line, he was beat up all the way around. I believe this. Let me say this, and I'll shut up. Comfort, don't ask me another question. I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you this. This company could have been running full speed ahead if he didn't drag himself down with what we call founders. That made it hard for him to go to all the different countries, try to get everybody to stay on the same page. What did we have? We had groups saying, hey, get in, pay 97, 6 months, you'll make $1 million. No joke. Every time they said it, and it was on a video, lawyers would go to Ash's office, who he's paying probably a couple $1,000s an hour. Ash, what is this? No joke. I don't know where he came up with that. I never told him that. Yeah, but he's a founder. No joke. And this went on over and over and over. And he's telling everybody, stop, please. Stop saying, you don't have to hype this company. If everybody understands the company, it's already too good to be true. Why would you make it worse? And this went on for years. But he sacrificed that. If 10 were bad and he thought he could save one, that's who he is. He was trustworthy to a fault. He was trusting to a fault. So anyway, just keep going the way we're going. If you want to do something and you want to ask somebody, I mean, you can ask me. I will tell you. There's nothing going by I haven't seen. And I want you to see what we all been waiting for. And that's coming. It's closer than you think.